the director of the East Kimberley Football Academy, controlled by the Clontarf Foundation. The CEO of Clontarf is a guy called Gerard who's very well known in football circles. He was also a teacher, and he sort of stumbled upon an idea once he was asked to teach at a very difficult school with very poor attendance, very poor behaviour standards amongst the boys, mainly an Indigenous population. And he had no success until he started running a football program at this school, and all of a sudden there was not enough chairs for the boys to sit on. Attendance was fantastic, behaviour standards improved, and he's just sort of moved on from that very small example and opened up all of these academies.
So what we're doing now is we've gone to our stores and we've written down what we already have.
The East Kimberley Footy Academy is an educational life skills program. It's not just a football program that operates under the umbrella of Kununurra District High School. The program works in sort of almost two sections. What we have is a number of what we call mainstream boys whose attendance before Clontarf arrived was reasonable, behaviour standards are reasonable, there's a reasonable amount of family support. Those guys are all members of the East Kimberley Footy Academy, however they stay in normal mainstream classes for their education. So we see them 3 times a week for options, we see them for footy training, for camps, excursions, for leadership meetings and so on. We also have a second section, and this is a little bit unusual for academies. We have what's called our CALS class, which is the Clontarf Academy Life Skills class. This class is run for boys with less family support, at-risk students, very low literacy and numeracy levels. A number of the boys in our CALS class have almost never attended school, so they have a specialised Clontarf class, and that has made a huge difference to the operation of the school.
The Clontarf program's had a huge impact in the school. One of its most noticeable impacts has been the return of students to school who've had a history of either non-attendance or very poor attendance. One case in particular, a student last year with an attendance profile of 37% attendance across the year. To date this year, that child's attendance is in the vicinity of between 85 and 90%, which is 4.5 days a week, as opposed to 1.5 days a week. Retaining the male Indigenous students within the school is significant in that it provides us with an opportunity to sustain their attendance and to actually get them to complete school with some prospect of completing Year 12 at a vocational or at a university type level.
Well, let's go, boys.
The success of the program, I think, is based on a number of things. Football for Indigenous boys is almost like a religion. It is just a really strong passion. And these boys' self-esteem is often very low because in the education system, because they're so far behind, they haven't attended school, they are consistently getting very negative messages. Most of the guys are very skilled at football, so all of a sudden their self-esteem improves because they've been told they're fantastic players, they watch themselves on videos, they see their photos in the paper. So that's a very important part of the program.
You got it. If you're just going to, let it roll over the line, it's going to happen in the game. That's what we don't want, guys.
The program is run by a number of male mentors. Now, in most of these boys' lives, there are no significant males. They are just non-existent, and it's probably one of the things that they lack the most. So they are being surrounded by males from the time they get to school to the time they leave. There's a lot of my staff on weekends actually take kids out fishing and completely separate to the program.
Another one here, Al. Need barking again.
My name's Trevor Menmuir. I'm the football operation officer here at Kununurra District High School. My job is organising carnivals, trips away. You guys all going Halls Creek next week? reward activities here in the school. With the artefacts program, I do 3 periods where we come out and make boomerangs, shields, spears, cullermans, and once we've finished with them, we go into town and sell them to the local artefact shops. So you don't have to be a good footballer. There's a lot of other things we do besides football. Going on camps, they might be good at fishing or other good skills that they've got, and it's not just all footy.
Yeah, when they're ready, you can have, what's it like? Have a look at the veggies. Lift them off. Beautiful. Fridays we work on cooking a meal. We all cook a meal up, so they're cooking a roast dinner. So we had them peeling the spuds and, all the basic sort of stuff, but washing their hands, learning the basic skills of hygiene, the whole idea of preparation, the whole idea of then serving it and serving it in a systematic way, then the clean up, the wash up. So the modelling overall, the approach I've taken for many years is trying to use ordinary activities and to make them a vehicle for that broader educational journey. So whether it be playing a game of footy and you've got to learn to turn up, to train, to work as a team. Now that applies if you're running a house. What are we going to eat Monday night, guys? What food? Someone said chops. What is your personal responsibility in the house? What's the collective responsibility of the members of a home? What are the skills you need to be an effective father?
After this, we've got to move out to the community, so we've got to follow the rules of the rest of society. There's behaviour that's expected here at school, which is completely different to behaviour down the street or in their homes. Right, yeah. Now, when you're away, we looked at north, south, east,
west.
Good boy, west. They're learning good manners, how to speak to people, how to look people in the eye to speak, and that's what we're trying to do as an adjunct to the educational and sporting program.
My name is Gerard. I'm an Aboriginal education officer, and I just go around to classes, mainly this class, just to help Aboriginal young boys, like with their spelling, their work, even their English. Like when Ray doesn't understand them, that's when I come in and transfer it from the Aboriginal English into standard English what Australians talk.
Okay, quickly, boys, make a circle. Not too close.
Last year, one of these boys was suspended 25 times in 1 year. This year, not one. I haven't had one of these boys suspended this year.
We need to finish off the cereal, boys, in those boxes, then we can open some more new ones. A really important part of the Clontarf program is breakfast. The majority of the boys that come in, especially the Cal's boys, have no breakfast, and many of those guys would have had no dinner as well. Fresh peaches this morning, so they really come to rely on the food that we do provide. We use fruit and cereal, and it helps with concentration for the boys throughout the day. It's all part of the healthy living story that we spread. The impact of the program has been significant. So there's been massive improvement in behaviour standards and significant improvements in attendance. But the full impact of the program won't be seen for probably another 3 years, because the graduation rates of Indigenous boys at Kununurra District High School have been very low. 1 and 0 are the normal sort of numbers. We would like in 4 or 5 years' time to have to be finding every year jobs for maybe 15, 20, 25 Indigenous graduates from school.